basically like a paid group of actors will go sit in a very public setting like a restaurant and then start a very controversial conversation. So like these two were there, and it was the mom, a girl, and then there was a trans woman there. And the trans woman was like, I want to go to the bathroom. And the mom's like, whoa, like very loud, like.
Gotta give her some shit about it.
Yeah, like giving her shit. Like my daughter's right here. Like that's disgusting. You should use the men's bathroom, and you're a man. But anyway, the whole point and the goal of it is so somebody that is like just sitting there in public watching that,
right,
that they'll act and like maybe like intervene and be like, hey, like what you're saying isn't right. And I think it's a really cool show. But today I thought it was interesting that somebody got up and was like, and she said, you know, she should go to the women's bathroom because she's a woman and that's how she would like you to identify her. And she should go to the women's bathroom. And she said, I'm a Christian. So I believe in that everybody should be loved just as the way they are. You should take everyone for the way they are. And she used the argument of being Christian to support trans rights. And that's not very common. Usually Christians use it against them. I just thought that was cool how even like the ideas of religion are changing.
Now I'm gonna come back on the other side of that because I don't think that trans women specifically should be going to women's bathrooms. I think them specifically should be excluded. I don't worry as much about the women that have turned into the men, although I do think that they should be allotted their own bathroom as well. I just think that there should be a gender neutral bathroom that's like an individual kind of thing for them. But I think of myself if I was a father. Okay, I wouldn't want to send, because dad was a single dad. So you had to send, when you went to the bathroom, after you were like, you know, a certain age, you had to go into the girls' room. And you'd have to go in by yourself, and we would just kind of have to wait on the outside.
Yeah, I remember doing that. You
know, and I don't know if I'd be comfortable sending my daughter into a bathroom that's got even two different men that have transferred into women. I can't sit here and say, well, yeah, I think that trans women should be able to go into the women's bathroom. I think that there should be something for them because they shouldn't have to go in the men's bathroom. That's not fair either. But there's millions of dollars in this country. We spend so much money on stupid ass bullshit. I'd rather just put in another bathroom. I'd rather just have a third bathroom. And I know that won't even be it either because there's going to be, well, I'm a woman and this, and that. And I get it. I really do. But as much as I respect your rights to do that, you have to respect my right to be uncomfortable with a former male being in the bathroom with my daughter.
I mean, I know a trans person and she would feel, and it's not just her, there are thousands. There are thousands of trans women, and that's fine. There's also a lot of non-binary people. So
that don't identify it with anything.
They are they, them.
They are they, them.
Right.
So I don't understand the they, them thing. What is that?
So they, them is just, I feel like this is a really big part where masculinity and femininity come into play.
Okay.
I think that a lot of people, like I said, I told you this the other day, like we were discussing like feminine traits, but we only said that they were feminine because, you know, most females do that, but that's just not true. Being feminine and being masculine has nothing to do with what sex or gender you are at the end of the day. But I think that where non-binary comes in, that is something that ties into that. It's when somebody is just, their masculinity and femininity is 50-50.
And I think that they should have just as much rights as anybody else.
Right. They should.
But I don't want them going in the bathroom with my daughter. What? I can't get behind it. I understand. Because it comes from a place of mental instability. Like, I don't think that somebody just... and I know you're going to disagree with that. But there's a lot of scientific, or not just scientific, but there's a lot of research that suggests that a majority of people that have gone trans, I don't really know the proper way to say it. I don't mean it in any disrespect.
The majority of people that are trans.
The majority of people that are trans have mental illness of some kind in some way. And it might be very minor and it may not be. Their suicide rates are very high and they're not very well accepted by society.
And that's probably why they have mental illness, because they're not accepted and they can't be who they are.
But something gets them to the point to where they're over, they do that. That's a big decision to make.
I understand your thought process. Like I get what you're saying. But I just also think that, sorry, I'm like,
no, it's okay.
Okay. I also think that if that person gets to be who they really are, they're having a lot of mental illness and problems with themselves because they're not accepted by their family, their friends, society. They can't get like a job
But they had to change their scientific makeup as well. I mean, there's reasons why. I mean, women have different hormones than men would have.
Right.
And we have different levels of it.
Right. And like when they get that prescription, it's leveled out. Like it's a prescription to them. It's supposed to be for them. And I'm just saying that if they get to feel comfortable with who they are wherever they are, that is giving them the closure, and that's them letting them just be themselves, the most best version of themselves. And I think that makes them safer.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I just think that we just need somewhere for everybody to feel safe about it. And if that's just one single extra bathroom, then that's one single extra bathroom. Do you think that would, even if you don't call it a gender neutral bathroom, you can call it a family bathroom? You know, I mean, if the words really hurt everybody's feeling that much, we call it a family bathroom. Any conservative, they're not going to change their mind about this for years.
Right.
It's not going to change for decades and decades and decades. And the way they debate, the way they argue is way more aggressive than anybody that's in the middle like me or somewhere a little bit more left like you. I'm not going to sit here and say the left is open-minded because I don't think they are. But I think people that find themselves in that middle ground, because I don't think you're all the way that way, anybody that can find themselves in that middle ground and like understand both sides of it,
that's where I am.
Those people can we are the kind of people that can come up with solutions that make sense.